we gradually, through our culture, through our societal norms, through our family norms, we start putting up picket fences all around us. And sometimes those are useful and sometimes they're not. I see psychedelics can help take down those picket fences and allow us to choose what we do with the ones taken down. Do we put them back up? Do we change them for another one? Do we leave it open? Because I'm with women in the birthing situation, this can be very traumatic. I will sometimes sit with people or do integration sessions with people who have done a journey, who are healing that trauma that they've gone through in giving birth. So I see it as a great healer.
Hi everyone, welcome to Psychedelic Conversations, and now it's a wrap, final interview with Scarlett. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure meeting you and getting to know you, and also just connecting with the people that you connected with in this conference. And before we dive into the conference insights, because that's what I would like to hear, what you have been doing, talks, any insights that you may share with us, or anything that really moved you this weekend. But before that, what brings you to this conference?
Connection with other people of like mind. That's probably the biggest thing. I belong to a group called the Fellowship of Psychonauts. They were all coming, and 3 of the facilitators of that group were also speaking. It's Julian Vane, Joanna Mallet and Rich Tayo. So, you know, and partially it was to support them, partially to connect with other people. And I must say I'm so glad that I've come. It was really, really beneficial and very good.
I'm so glad you did.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
met.
and I met you. Yeah.
So yeah, you're connected to all of the people that I'm connected to in the psychedelic space, which is really, really amazing how the mycelium network, we say, connecting us every time.
Yeah.
And your interest in psychedelics, you want to learn, you want to explore. What's the interest there?
I see psychedelics as a great insight. I'm quite visual in how I think and see things. Creative, yes. I'm also a midwife and a doula, and I see these little beings when they're first born. They're like they're pure God. There's nothing there. There is something there, obviously, but they are there for survival. And that we gradually, through our culture, through our societal norms, through our family norms, we start putting up picket fences all around us. And sometimes those are useful and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not, you know, are they beneficial or not? I see psychedelics can help take down those picket fences and allow us to choose what we do with the ones taken down. Do we put them back up? Do we change them for another one? Do we leave it open? I don't believe in leaving it totally open, because I think yeah, there's consequences to that. But also, what the big thing that I'm really interested in here is, because I'm with women in the birthing situation, this can be very traumatic. Now, journeying with people, so now I will sometimes sit with people or do integration sessions with people who have done a journey, who are healing that trauma that they've gone through in giving birth. So I see it as a great healer.
Amazing.
Yeah, but it's self-healing. You know, nobody else can heal you.
Yeah, totally. I'm with you there. And So,
Another thing that interests me, which I get asked a lot, well, can you take psychedelics, or mushrooms in particular? It's the mushrooms I'm particularly interested in pregnancy, in childbirth, and later on when you're breastfeeding. And I just heard a story just before of a woman who took a tiny little bit of ayahuasca when she went into labour, and all her fears just disappeared. Now, I also find it extraordinary that these medicines, plant medicines, are illegal, but and yet all these other drugs we get put into, and when a woman is in labour, are legal.
yeah.
And many of them are actually heroin-based. So, you know what?
Yes, like some of these, during the birthing process, there's a lot of, drugs that's been injected.
A lot of drugs being injected, yeah.
I hear you. I mean, there's a lot of efficacy and harm reduction questions arise when we talk about, there's two, no-go areas, I think, in the psychedelic space that I'm aware of. One, giving psychedelic medicines to children. Second one is, like you said, breastfeeding or birthing or during pregnancy taking psychedelics. So these two areas are very sensitive, and I know people have different opinions. So what do you feel?
I don't think there's the data for us to make any actual decisions. I think there needs to be a huge amount more conversation around it. I would like there to be a place where people can come in anonymity, say their actual personal experiences. And I also feel that every single person is individual. You know, you might take a drug and you're perfectly fine. I take it and I'm off the wall. So, and the same amount, same time, all that sort of thing. So it's very, very individual. And my baseline is listen to your body. What is your body saying? Have you got this feeling to go forward, or have you got a feeling of, oh no, I need to go back? And that, I mean, obviously there's a lot more to it.
But more intuitive, like to say yes or no to these medicines. I understand.
But it's listening to the body. It's not just a mind and intuitive. It's a body intuitive. My body will often say the opposite to what my mind is saying. And I believe the body more than the mind. The mind's been trained in all sorts of things.
Makes so much sense. Okay, so, and I spoke to one of the speakers, co-founded Psychedelic Parenthood. That was a really interesting conversation. I know you were interested in that.
Yes, I've just been there. It was
What's
great.
the biggest insight that was an aha moment? Did you hear anything that was amazing and moving?
I've heard lots that's amazing and moving, and it's just sort of, I need sort of some time to settle down, to integrate and experience it. And it's like a little bit here and a little bit there. But I did like the parenthood, psychedelics and parenthood, because there's parents there who spoke up and very different levels of how they were dealing with it and what they were saying. And like one of the facilitators of that group was saying, in Brazil, it is legal and advised is not quite the right word, but normal for women to take small doses of ayahuasca in pregnancy and birth and when they're breastfeeding. And I thought, well, this is interesting, that there's a whole different cultural norm there.
Yeah,
what we've
absolutely.
got.
So I think it's to do with the country, the culture, and the background. That says a lot. I know an indigenous person, also a facilitator of ayahuasca, and she also, not even small amounts, like full doses of, ayahuasca and mescaline throughout her pregnancy.
Wow, yeah.
Pre, post, and during, and breastfeeding processes.
Yeah.
She did.
And this is the sort of stories I would love to hear. And I don't think that her story is necessarily transferable to someone else. Just because it's okay for her does not necessarily make it okay for somebody else.
Exactly.
As
It's
I
just
said,
good
it's
to put
so
the disclaimer out. Yeah.
Yeah, very personal.
It's true. And we're doing, we're doing all we can to tiptoe around these conversations. I know that there's a lot of limitations here, but again, just to have this conversation is very helpful to me and to all of us, to our listeners, because we always get inquiries about, can somebody take psychedelics as a mother? And also, there are lots of movements like mums on mushrooms or something like that.
Yes, that's in America.
And like you said, it's all about discerning what's good for you, right? That's the core message.
And the other end I'm very interested in, birth, death. It's the bookends of life, right? One we're coming in, one we're going out. And I have a friend who runs the British Transpersonal Association, and she and I are exploring the people who have terminal illnesses. How interested are they in having a psychedelic experience? Because from what I believe, that people who do have a psychedelic experience, their fear of death gets reduced enormously.
Yeah. And that was Roland Griffin's study.
Oh,
that was the Roland.
Okay.
He began with the terminal, like later stages of terminal cancer patients. They did a research study, and almost every single one of them lost fear and kind of accepted. There was a lot of acceptance, and there's a lot of calm. Yeah, with that. So. Yeah, beautiful. What else would you share with us? What would be the last thing? Because I know there's a lot, and there's a lot of stimulation, a lot of nervous systems everywhere, hugging each other, and lots of conversations, right? So, what are you taking with you? The most important one?
I think the connection with people here, and I feel I've been joining the dots in a lot of ways, and just the beautiful vibe between people. You know, people have come up to me and said, oh, I hear that you're a midwife, and suddenly we're in a conversation for half an hour. Or other people that I've felt no compunction at all about going towards and saying, oh, I heard you say this or this in a lecture. And you know, so it's
easy to communicate.
Yes, very easy to communicate. Again, there's a picket fence that's gone down here, you know, that has relieved us of that social awkwardness that we sometimes
True.
go with strangers, and especially the British. Can't talk to anyone until we're introduced, you know.
Or we get past the small talk first.
Yes, yeah. It's almost like there's a connection here which bypasses that small talk to a certain degree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, this has been wonderful.
Thank you.
Can our listeners connect with you? Are you on social media?
Yes. I'm not very good on social media. I haven't quite got it. I've actually got a couple of Instagram pages.
Okay.
One is Trusted Doula Scarlett, and another one is the Transcending Grandmother.
Oh, lovely.
And those, but I'm not very good at putting. They stopped for some reason. They stopped working for me. But anyway, I've got to figure that out.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
great. I mean, is email or anything like that? Are you open to people connecting with you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Which is scarlett.d.wallingford@gmail.com.
Amazing. We'll get that in the show notes, and we'll share your contact details as well. Thank you so much for being an amazing connection here, being with us throughout this journey.
Thank you, Susan.
And hope to connect with you very soon.
Yeah. Yes, likewise. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you, everyone. And this is a wrap. And thank you for being with us for the entire conference journey and following our interviews. Really appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.